The topic of this video is the accelerated program in rehabilitation counseling. So new as of fall 2018, we offer an accelerated option for students who are in the Bachelor of Science in Rehabilitation and Disability Services undergraduate who are also interested in pursuing a Master of Science in Rehabilitation Counseling. What this degree program allows students to do is to start taking graduate level courses from the Master of Science in Rehab Counseling program. They can start taking graduate level courses during their junior year and actually have those credits count both towards their graduate program as well as their undergraduate program. So actually the final 18 credits of their undergraduate coursework is satisfied by taking the first 18 credits of the graduate program courses from the graduate program. So it's really a nice thing. It typically shaves off about a year for students who go from the Bachelor of Science program to the Master of Science program. An important thing that we want to communicate to all students who are interested in this program is it's not a watered down version of our master's program. So as you know, with a master's program like ours, that's a clinical master's program where we are talking about certification and licensure as a result of going through the program, that there are certain requirements that need to be met, and we're an accredited program, and so that certainly is the case. So going through this program allows you to meet those exact same requirements. You just start earlier. You start during your junior year. Specifically, how the process works is students who are interested in this program it's really important. Students who are interested in this program kind of start to talk to me about this as early as possible. So you can tell your academic advisor and they'll refer you to me, and then we kind of start to advise and make a plan moving forward. Typically, students come in who are interested in this. In exclusively rehab and disability services, students come in during their freshman and sophomore year. They're doing a lot of exploring, a lot of the same things as all other students, and they're getting this interest in rehabilitation counseling. And then during their junior year, typically their third years, or if they're a little bit maybe off the typical sequence, which is totally fine, at the point where they just have 1 year left. If it's their fifth year, if they're a fifth year senior, whatever it might be, but they're applying when they have 1 year left of undergraduate. So we'll call it your junior year. They apply by February 1st and go through all the process that you go through in order to apply. And there's a whole application process, which we'll talk about that. If it becomes relevant, we can talk one-on-one. And then if admitted, students are kind of a dually enrolled student. So during their senior year, what would be their senior year, that's also their first year in the master's program. At the end of that senior year, or the end of the first year of their master's program, they actually earn their bachelor's degree, and then they roll right into the second year of the graduate program. So that's a typical process. So as you can see, that shaves off a full year from what would have been the case if someone just went in after 4 years of undergrad and then started the graduate program after that. So this shaves off about a year. Some students wonder, what are the requirements for admission into the program? The most important thing is that, or one of the most important things, is that the student is a rehabilitation and disability services major. So we do not allow students from any other major at the university or outside of the university to enter our master's program through this way. Those students can still apply for the traditional program, but the accelerated program requires your rehab and disability services major. You need to have at least a 3.25 cumulative GPA at the time of application. So by the time your junior year rolls around, that February 1st deadline, that we need to see a 3.25 cumulative GPA or better. By the time students would start the program, they need to have at least 96 semester hours. So if they apply in February, they'll start in August, and by August they need to have 96 semester hours. So if you have, let's say, 93 credits at the time of application and you take 3 credits over the summer, that's fine as long as we total up 96 by the time you start. Okay? Usually for the rehab and disability services students, you've completed all of the major requirements besides the 24 hours of advised courses. That's not always true. And there are certainly nuances, and we kind of look at it case by case. And so we can talk about that one-on-one, but just to kind of give you a guideline. As far as admission into the Master of Science in Rehab Counseling program, so what you need to do by February 1st of your junior year, you need to submit a graduate school application. So that's all electronically done through the NIU Graduate School website. You need to submit 2 letters of recommendation, and those are submitted by your letter writers, of course. And then you need to submit transcripts. Upon application, the transcripts are unofficial. And then if you are admitted, you'd submit official transcripts. And then you also need to submit a professional goals statement. All of that information is also detailed on the website for the rehab counseling program. We also give you on our program website, we also give you some points to hit on your professional goals statement as well. So we give you some guidelines around that. Like I said, most students apply at that February 1st deadline when they have that 1 semester left, and that's kind of the cleanest option. But if you're a student that maybe is graduating in December or August and kind of you're going to be wanting to enter the program at a different time, we do have multiple application deadlines for the master's program, and that's something we can always talk about during our one-on-one meeting. The most important thing, again, I'll reiterate, as I said at the beginning of this presentation, is to express interest early so we can start planning. I coordinate the accelerated program for this accelerated program. So if you do have an interest, tell your academic advisor and then reach out to me so that we can get a plan going. The earlier we can get that plan set, the better with this program, and there's just so many moving parts and so many details that we need to consider. Advising is really critical. So hopefully that gives you an overview of the accelerated program in rehabilitation counseling, and I look forward to hearing from you if you have any interest. Thank you.